Hello everyone, it's Spencer here, and today I want to talk about organising cards. This is a stack of cards that has been on my desk for a little while now. And yeah, like most players, I go out, I play Magic, I get some cards, I come back, I open the ones that I don't immediately put in my deck, go in a pile, and eventually I end at a point where I've got a pile like this on my desk. So I'm going to show you how I sort mine and get organised. There's a few stages to this process, so I guess I'll get started. I sort my cards by colour, so Woolberg, white, blue, black, red, green. Yes, that's Woolberg. And then once they're in that colour order, I sort them by creature, instant, sorcery, enchantments, planeswalkers, artifacts. So that's the order that they go in. I have some big long boxes and they go in all that order. And then once they're in those categories, I then sort them by CMC, or mana value as it's called now. So at the front of the box, I'll get all my 1 costed creatures, then 2, then 3, then 4, all the way up to whatever I go to, 10, 20, depending on the colour. And then it'll go into my instants, 1 mana instants, 2 mana instants, etc. Then same with sorceries, same with enchantments, artifacts and planeswalkers. The other thing I do is I separate my commons from my uncommons. So it's the entirely same process, but they will all be uncommons in one box and commons in another box. So it sounds like a lot, but it's not. So all I'm going to do to start with is sort by colour. So we've got red, green, red, colourless, black, white. In fact, let's move things out here so we can have a bit of a clear white, blue, black, red, green. Art cards, lands, artifacts can go at the bottom. And here we go. I don't bother with rarities or mythics or anything like that, or like if it's a full art thing, that doesn't bother me. That's just a land. I can sort all that later. Yeah. When it comes to sorting Magic cards, it's doing things in a process that allows you to cut things down. Multicoloured cards I put to the side and I'll sort them separately afterwards. They go through the same principles, but I do them in their allied colours and enemy colours separate. But yeah, best way I found of sorting cards is just get them in their blocks of colours, and then you can further sort them down from that point. Interesting. As you can see, not super difficult. I'll finish doing this pile and then I will show you what happens next. Multicolored, black, multicolored, red. So, say I have done that with this entire pile. I've got my white, my blue, my black, my red, my green. Yep. I'm then going to say, I'll pick up my white, and I'm going to go, right, I'm going to sort them into those different categories. So let's just tidy these up out the way a little bit. There's not many white cards here, so it might not be a good example, but we've got creature, creature, sorcery, that's a creature, 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 creature. Yeah. Not a lot to show, because there's not a lot of different categories. Then I've got 2 mana, 3 mana, 5 mana. There's another 2 mana, that's another 2 mana. That's another 2 mana, that's another 2 mana. So 2, 3, 4. So now I've got all creatures in CMC order. Yeah, followed by that I've got my instants, then my sorceries, enchantments, artifacts, planeswalkers. Yeah, so it's all in that order. Now I basically go through and make 3 piles. So I've got uncommon, common, rare, common, uncommon, common, common, mythic. 4 piles in this case. It is a mythic? Yes, it is a mythic. So now I can look at these and I've got all my creatures. Any instant sorcerers or whatever would have been all common. Same with uncommons. Same with rares and mythics. So there we go. That's my white. Oh, that's a black card. got it in the wrong pile. Oh, it's because it's Modo, it's double-faced. Whoa, there we go. Wrong pile. Yep. So that would have been all creatures, instant sorcerers and everything, all done. That's that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stash out these piles a little bit bigger so you can see and get a bit more of a understanding, because that wasn't a very good example. So I'm going to continue to sort these. Just give me 1 second. Just have to do some like speedy editing, and it'll be quicker for you and longer for me. So here we go. Okay, right. Should definitely have a bit more of a mix of cards in each pile now, after sorting all of those. So we'll try again with the white. So we've got creature, 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 sorcery, creature, instant, sorcery, creature. That's an instant, that's an enchantment. Instant, creature, 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 sorcery, creature, creature. And then once again, by CMC, some of these are already done. That's there 2, there 3, 2, 2, 4, 1. There were 5, 5, that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5's behind. Same with instants. Easy peasy. Same with sorcerers. Yep. Out of the way with those. And then there's only one enchantment. So now, same as we did before, but you'll see. So we've got common pile, uncommon pile, common pile, rare, common, common, uncommon, common, 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 uncommon, uncommon, rare, mythic, common. So now you will see all my creatures in CMC order, followed by any instance in CMC order. There was no sorceries that were common, and then into the enchantments. And this will be the same. So uncommon creatures in CMC order, instants in CMC order, sorcerers in CMC order. Same with rares. Obviously there was only 2. What I like to do sometimes with the rares and mythics, because you normally only have a few, is I put them to the side. I can then scan them, check them online, see what the value is, if there's anything worth value for sell, trade, or normally those are the cards that you're going to find for your decks. I don't bother sorting by set, because I'm a commander player, so I only really have one of each card. Obviously I do have multiples from obviously having a collection, but yeah, I only really need one of each card. I used to play standard a lot back in the day, but you know, everyone knows what standard's like these days, so yeah, don't bother with that. But yeah, I basically go through and I'll do the same for each of these. And then what I can do now, in fact I'll get a box and show you. These are the big long boxes I have. That's just in there to stop the cards from falling over. But yeah, creatures all the way through. These are all commons, common creatures, uncommon creatures, common sorceries, uncommon sorceries, instants, uncommon instants, common sorceries, uncommon sorceries. Then we've got common enchantments, uncommon enchantments, artifacts, followed by planeswalkers. And in boxes like this, I only keep commons and uncommons. My rares and mythics are all stored in binders just to keep them a bit more pristine in case value does change on them. But as you all know, there is a lot of bulk rares. So what I can do now essentially with this is go, there you go, there's a 1 CMC character that's at the front. Find where I get to 2 CMC. There's 2 CMC. He's 2 CMC. He's 2 CMC. He's 2 CMC. Same with that one. Same with that one. Okay, over to 3. Right, these are all 3 CMC. Let's find the start of it. There we go, that's the start of 3 CMC, so I can drop that guy in. Then I need to find 4 CMC. There it is. And I just find the start of the 4 CMCs. Not too far. Okay, that's the start of the 4 CMCs. There you go. And so on and so forth. And I'll go through until I've done all the commons, instant sorceries, etc. Then I'll do all the uncommons. And like I say, the rares and the mythics, I will check the prices before I put them in the binders. Yeah, and that's how I sort my entire collection. As you can see, it's not a big process, but you know, it helps you stay more organised. I then know if I'm building an Enchantress deck, I can go, right, I need, say it's Bant colours, I have a Bant Enchantress deck, I need a new artifact for, a new enchantment for my Enchantress deck, and I need it in white. I can go to my white box, I can go straight to my enchantments, and I can look through the commons, the uncommons. I can do the same in my binder, but I'll do a different video on the binders so you can see how I laid them out, but it's pretty much the same, just in slots, creatures, instant sorceries. I start with mythics in that because they tend to be the higher value. So start with mythics, then go into commons, into rares, and they have no commons or uncommons in. Obviously with lands, I just sort by colour. Anything that's like a special tap land, gold borders, stuff like that, keep separately. But yeah, that's it. Obviously fancy rare lands, they will go with rares, and they'll go in the binder. So yeah, swamps and snow covered, they all go together. In my land box, which is basically the same as this, but it's basically just Warburging lands, I tend to put the full arts at the front, and then anything that's special like a snow covered at the back. So if I need a snow covered plains, I can go to the back of the planes section, grab a snow coloured planes. If I need fancy full art one, or I want to put a full art one in my deck, I can go to the front, and that's where the full arts and the foils are, and they're the nice ones if I want to try and bling out a deck. But I am the person that has all mismatched lands in my decks because they're lands and I don't care about bling. So, but anyway, there we go. That's how I do my decks, or my organisation. Everything's WUBERG, everything's CMC, everything's then broken down to categories. If I was going to redo my collection and reorder it all, I would, once I'd done everything that I've just done now, I would do it by set as well. Like, I've got stuff here from Dominaria Remastered, Strixhaven, what's that, Zendikar, you know, that one's one of the Midnight Hunt ones, Streets of Nuka Penna, you know, there's Mystical Archive stuff, there's a bit of everything all over the place. But because I don't really care too much about the set, because I know exactly where my enchantments are, or I know where my instants are, so if somebody says, oh, you need more card draw in blue, I'm going to go to my instant section first and look for card draw in blue. Or if there's a specific card I'm looking for after looking for a list on the CDH websites or EDH Rec or something like that, I know, oh, okay, that's a good card that's recommended for this deck. It's a blue instant, I know exactly where to go for it, whether it's the binder or the book or the box, or black, red, green, whatever. But yeah, you get the gist. You're all smart people. I do the same thing with, obviously, with the multicoloured cards. That for me is Organise, so it's green and black. So I'll just split these up. Triple colours, obviously house them separately for the Grixis and everything like that. But yeah, Dimir stuff all goes together. Is it Azuria stuff all goes together and then follows the same process. But yeah, that's how I organise my cards. It's served me well for years. I mean, it can be a lot of sorting if you let things get out of hand. Like that one pile wasn't the only pile. I have another 2 more piles here of stuff. Another pile. I think these are basically mostly lands, or they're just all sat on my desk that I've just basically not sorted. The best advice I can give with sorting cards is just get sorted. Magic players were always playing. Take the time to sort your collection. When you go to the game store, you play, you do a competition, you win some packs, whatever, you crack them, you bring them back home, you open them, and you put them on the side. Just sort them straight away. Don't leave them on the side to accumulate, you know, because then you end up going, I'm going to spend a whole evening organising cards, which is essentially what I'm going to do now, is spend the next hour, 2 hours, going through everything, getting in the boxes, the binders. But yeah, actually probably won't take me that long, maybe about 40 minutes. I'm getting pretty quick at doing it like this now, so I do the same thing with artifacts as well. Obviously artifacts only have one type. I don't bother setting them by creatures and stuff like that. Artifacts are just artifacts to me, so they just go in CMC order, and then commons, uncommons, rares, mythics, etc. Maybe when I get more artifacts I'll start to split them out into creatures, equipments, but who knows. As for now, my artifacts box is a small box, so don't have to worry too much about them. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope that's given you some insight on how other people organise cards. Yeah, art cards just get chucked somewhere. I don't think there's anything of value in them, so yeah, don't bother with them. But anyway, have a good day, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all soon. Adios.